Hey, Dave Savage here. Just doing a quick hit with Josh Metals. Been hearing from a lot of mortgage coach loan officers that are, they're seeing more rate shopping. I think a lot with big banks with spring home buying season. It's an exciting opportunity for every lender in the market. And we're just hearing about more rate shopping. So Josh and I are preparing for a big interview tomorrow that's just all about how Josh is helping families, agents, and referral partners with spring home buying season. And he's got some thoughts on how to get rate shopped less, and even if you get rate shopped, how to win more often. So Josh, real quick, for anybody who doesn't know you, what market are you in? Tell us about your production, and then let's get into the strategy and the scripting.
Sure. Thanks for having me. Salt Lake City, Utah is home base, but we lend in all 50 states, 46 states, soon to be 50. And last year was a great year for us, highest ever. Our team did just over 600 loans at about 225 million in production. This year, our goal is to get to serve 1,000 families, and that would put production up above 300 million. And one of the reasons for this call is we're noticing an increasing number of clients that are rate shopping. As more and more clients are pushed online, it's easier to do. And so we thought we'd come up with a strategy where we could help hit that head on instead of being surprised when that happens.
Yeah. So what are you doing? And let's try to pull a script out of this and a strategy that helps Mortgage Coach members win more business.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, I was at a coaching call last week with a couple other producers from Washington, Colorado, Southern California. So we were really diverse in terms of our geographic location. And I kind of came into it in the mouse in the room saying, did you guys have how was your first couple of months? Because I'm off my goals for 2017, right. Being transparent. And everybody was like, oh, it was awful. It was terrible. I had my worst February I've had in a long time. And so it was great. It gave us an opportunity to just ask, what's going on? What are you seeing? And bar none, to a man and to a woman that was in that call, they all said that they are seeing increased pressure from rate shoppers, increased competition, and it sounds like compressed mortgage rates or compressed margins rather. And that competition is coming from brokers, and that competition is coming from a lot of the big banks that appear to be taking a swing at buying the market this season.
Got it. So that's the challenge. What are you doing to get back on track and to win the majority of the times you're faced with this rate shopping?
Well, I think we're going to unpack that in its fullness or totality tomorrow when we have more time. But today, what I wanted to focus on was a way to communicate to clients what's going on in the mortgage market world in terms of rates and give us an opportunity to stay in the fight. So in other words, if I quote them a rate on a TCA today and they go get quoted, see something online or get quoted from something else from somebody a week from now, I want them to know that could just be market volatility, that doesn't necessarily mean that person has a better rate, and that just because the Fed hasn't met yet, which they're going to do at the end of March to change rates, that doesn't mean that interest rates aren't changing daily. So I want to be able to plant something in our TCAs and in our conversations that says, if you see something like this, let's have another conversation. Just don't go another direction. That's the point.
Got it. So the concept that rates don't change weekly, and they don't just change daily, they change multiple times a day. You're building that into your conversation so that when they get your by the way, for everybody, TCA stands for Total Cost Analysis with Mortgage Coach. So that when they get that, if they are shopping, at least they just come back to you. They like, hey, let's talk about this. So let's do some scripting, because it's important that every family gets a total cost analysis, especially in a rate shopping environment, because it just they want to do business with you. So if you could just speak to what are you saying to almost like do the script. I mean, I don't want this to last more than 10 minutes. I want it to be a quick hit, but let's give folks some scripting. What does that sound like as a borrower? And not only include your, call it your rate watch, rates change multiple times a day, but I'm going to give you blank and blank so that they're just like, wow, this guy's the best. And even if rates are a little higher with someone else, they want to do business with you. What's that sound like?
Yeah, let me give you the three pieces that come like me, especially if we don't ever have an opportunity to meet face to face. So the video helps there in the total cost analysis. Number two, I want to become the expert that is known for giving advice, not just quoting price. So I want to make sure I'm illustrating that with my total cost analysis. And number three, I then want to plant this seed about market volatility and rates. So it might sound something like this. If I were, let's say that you'd completed the client questionnaire or loan application, and now I was sending you the total cost analysis video. It might sound something like, Dave, really looking forward to the opportunity of working with you. I'm truly honored to have the opportunity to help you and your family into your home. Based on our conversation, I put together 3 different potential solutions for you. And big takeaway here, the middle solution you're going to notice on the right-hand side is going to save you approximately $20,000 over the life of the loan. I want to make sure we connect over the phone and uncork that, but I'd encourage you to click into the more info tabs there and take a really good look around the presentation, and then call me and let's talk about that center option that can save you $20,000 over the 10-year time horizon. Now, last but not least, since the elections, interest rates have been very volatile. They've gone up, they've gone down. We're seeing interest rate changes 2 or 3 times a day sometimes. So if you hear something on the radio or online or on TV about a rate that is lower or higher, I want you to bring that to me, because my job is to be watching the interest rate market. And once you go into contract on your home, make sure that we secure you the best lock and time that lock accurately. So if you have any questions, I just want to make sure you come to me and know that this is a very volatile market. My job is to lead you through that.
Got it.
Look forward to hearing from you.
Got it. So everybody's getting a total cost analysis. How often are you adding a video to that?
Unless my video camera is broken, they're getting a video. So 99.99% of the time.
Okay. And are you recording that from your mobile phone or from your computer?
Usually from my computer, because I'm at the office. But if I'm out, then we'll do it from the mobile phone.
Now, I've seen a couple times lately in some of the videos you've done where it's like really high. It's like this in your office.
Yeah.
Is that your computer or is that your mobile phone?
Yeah, it looks like that, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, we sit at stand-up desks, and the reason that I do that just a little bit is because psychologically, I want you to feel like I'm looking up to you, and I want to put you in a little bit of a pedestal. That's number one. Number two, the lighting in our offices. And I'm outside now, so this is totally different. But if I'm like this, the lighting's dark on my face. If I'm like this, the lighting is lighter on my face. It's not quite. It'd be more like that. So I try to look up and angle just a little bit.
Got it. And then one last thought for everybody. Video is so easy. I mean, I'm in a community place right now. I'm actually in a stairwell in a rework place. Josh is at a hotel, and I have so often where people say, "Oh, I don't do video because I'm not in the right place." You know what? There's no right place anywhere. I could be doing this in an airport. Don't do it in a bathroom. That's not recommended. But guys, just don't overthink it. I mean, this is, Josh, that's one more thing. We don't have, you don't have great internet. You're actually in Mexico. And when you were saying number one at the beginning, it kind of froze up for like 5-10 seconds. So you kind of did your 1, 2, 3. Could you just say number one again for anybody that missed it?
Yeah, number one is start the video with a big smile and allow your personality to come through. I saw Jeremy Fercier do a video one time, and he had a baseball cap on, like a San Francisco baseball cap. And he said, "Hey, sorry I got the baseball cap on, but, go San Fran." And I just wanted to make sure I got you a video because I told you I'd get this to you before the end of the day. And it was so much personality that you just liked the dude, and it didn't matter what he was wearing or what area you were in. If you just said, "Hey, I just really wanted to make sure that I explained this properly, so excuse the background or the baseball cap or whatever, but I wanted to make sure you got what I was seeing here." If you do any kind of a setup like that. So number one, personality. Number two, educate, teach from a place of advice, not price. And then number three was drop the line about market fluctuations and volatility since the election.
Got it. So folks, hopefully this is helpful. The play that we're running here, if you want to maximize your conversion rate, if you want to wow people, so that even if someone else has a little bit higher rate or, their costs are lower, but they just want to do business with you, give them a Mortgage Coach total cost analysis experience. Make sure there's a video on it. Again, you're just going to have an unfair competitive advantage. You're going to crush your competition. And you're going to win more loans. And most importantly, you're going to get more referrals from realtors. So Josh and I are going to be doing a full 1-hour interview tomorrow where we just talk about everything he's doing to crush it with home buyers in spring home buying season of 2017. So if you're watching this video and you didn't see that or you haven't watched the recording, it's in YouTube. Check it out. Also, I am doing more and more of these Skype videos with top producers, just getting the scripts that matter. I mean, let's face it, in this marketplace, every month is almost different. I mean, how we were approaching things in January coming right out of the election are a little different than how we're approaching things right now coming into the spring home buying season. So
no doubt.
I'm trying to do these videos with the best of the best. Last week, I did an incredible interview with Michelle Millara with RPM. She's just an awesome top producer. She talked about how she is, crushing the competition and reducing rate shopping. I don't know if you saw that video yet, but I had asked her, and she's in a really highly competitive market at the Bay Area, and I'm saying, are you getting rate shop more? And she's like, not really, Dave. Well, I mean, when you listen to her script, no wonder she's not getting rate shopping. She's got a great script. It was a great script. So check it out. So, hey, Josh, thanks for taking time away from your family to come and add value to the community. Looking forward to our call tomorrow. And anything else you want to say before we wrap it?
Fired up for tomorrow, man. Look forward to it, and we're going to bring it.
All right. Take care, everybody.